Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. New camera setup today, new camera as well. I hope you like it. I do want to play around with my background because it's looking kind of dead, kind of empty, but for now we're going to work with the white and gold and green and a bit of black. But yeah, it's been a minute. I know it's been a minute, but I thought I'd film this video for you. I've been wanting to do this video for a while. This is going to be my sweat-proof, humidity-proof, long-wearing makeup tutorial. So this is how I get my makeup to stay put when it's really hot. It is boiling right now, by the way. I whitened my teeth, which is extremely white right now, and it is so sensitive, it really hurts to talk. So if I start to like squint my face, it's because I'm actually in pain. It really hurts. It's one of those 1 hour express whitening strips. Yeah, those Crest ones. It looks hella white, but it really hurts. This is what I do to keep my face whenever I go to hot countries or in the sun. Honestly, like me in the sun right now, we're not friends. Because everything I'm trying to do to get my skin even is just doing the reverse. So I cannot wait for autumn, winter. That's my favorite season. For me, I am either a no face, no makeup, or beat. I cannot do an in-between. Whenever I try doing an in-between, it looks a hot mess. So I'm either no makeup, like literally bare face, or a full beat. So when I'm doing a full beat and it's really hot, this is what I do. This is my steps. This is for my oily skin folk because I'm oily skinned. So this is what I use to control my oil and also keep my makeup lasting all day. So the things you need if you have oily skin is to make sure you have a mattifying primer. So a primer is going to go on your face, obviously, to make your foundation apply smoothly and also keep it matte. You also need an oil-free foundation, long-lasting, full coverage, oil-free foundation. You need a setting powder and possibly a setting spray as well. This is going to be a mixture of products. If you do want me to do like a drugstore version to this, like everything drugstore, I know a lot of you might want to use something more affordable, everything, but this is what I use and what works for me. Because I am doing treatments and stuff, I do have to obviously apply my sunscreen. So before I do anything with my makeup, I apply sunscreen. I'm not going anywhere today, so I won't be applying that in this video, but I will apply my sunscreen and then move on to my foundation. Usually the foundation that I use pretty much stays put and it's very matte, but just to have that extra security, I'm going to do the powder before foundation technique. This is the RCMA no color powder. So we're going to take a little bit. Ooh, that was quite a lot. And just apply that to the forehead. Using a dry beauty blender just to apply that. And you can also put it in your T-zone as well if you need to. I'm going to use the Benefit Precisely My Brow. And this is in the shade, this is number 4. I'm just going to use that to shape the brows. So to neaten out, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. This is the shade Deep 33 D33 Warm. Or you can use a Too Faced Bonus Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. But I'm going to use the Kat Von D. We're going to move on to priming my face. This is the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector. I feel like this works really well for me. Very good at keeping my foundation matte. So I'm going to apply this to my T-zone area and I'm just going to like pat it in. Okay, so now for my foundation, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation. This is what I use whenever I go on holiday, whenever I go away. I always use this. I feel like it lasts a long time, and because it is super full coverage, it wouldn't slide off, it wouldn't fade off, that kind of thing. So I do use this as my long wearing foundation. Now this step is optional, but because I haven't been sleeping and I do have dark circles and this area of my face is quite dark and has tanned, I am going to color correct. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the orange one to my chin area and around my mouth. and also a little bit under my eye as well. This should help to correct those areas, and obviously when you apply your foundation, it would actually like look a lot better. So that's what I'm doing. And my shade is Deep 78 Neutral. Just gonna squeeze a couple of pumps. Mainly when it comes to sweatproof makeup, it's more about the base. Doesn't really matter what you put on your eyes, but you need to make sure you do use an eye primer as well. But we're gonna focus mainly on the base, so you can do whatever eye makeup, whatever eye colors you want. I'm gonna be trying out the Urban Decay Born to Run palette today. Looks like this. I did plan to do it in a separate video, but I'm just gonna do it in this video, just, you know, just because. So let's prime our lids first. Now to prime my lids, for me, I feel like the best eye primer personally is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is like the OG of the eye primers. So I've been using this since I started doing YouTube. So we're going to be using that on our lids. And I find that it works really good if you wait like a few seconds before you apply your shadow, and wait for it to kind of dry and set before you apply your shadow. If you want extra security, go over that with that no color powder or any of your setting powders just to set those brows, because the brows also tend to get quite oily and quite shiny. If you want like a full matte face, and this is the look to go for. But if you don't want to be completely matte, then obviously at the end of the video you can obviously like spray your face with like some sort of dewy fix plus. This is for like extra matte AF face. So like we're leaving literally no areas oily. The only place they're going to be like glowy is where you're going to apply your highlighters. So if you want to have that kind of look, then it's just powders, really, setting powders, and more like tapping into the skin as opposed to sweeping. Okay, we're gonna go in with this shade, which is Budge. It's like a matte orange. This is gonna go as our transition shade. These shadows are really like pretty pigmented. Okay, we're gonna go in with Punk, which is this dark brown shade. We're gonna use that to intensify the crease. I'm going to do another video with actually using the other shades in this palette. I don't want to do what I was originally going to do with this palette, so I'm just going to stick to something different, and then I'm going to try and be a little bit more creative in my other video. For the center of the lid, I'm going to go in with this green. This is Wanderlust. It's a really pretty shimmery green. I'm going to spray with Synthetic Plus just to add a bit more, make it more metallic looking. Okay, so somehow the camera stopped recording and I kept on going. I swear I'm always having like technical difficulties, but I went back to the crease color and applied this shade. This is Hellride. I kind of wanted to add a little bit of a purple to it, to sort of intensify a little bit more. And then I moved on to my inner tear duct and I used this shade, which is called Stranded, and it's kind of like a, you know, a shimmery gold. And then I moved on to apply my lashes. I'm using the Lily Lashes in the style Vegas. We're going to come back to the eye, so we're going to move on to the under eye. So for my under eye concealer, I'm going to use a Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This concealer is pretty good and it's pretty full coverage, and it honestly lasts a very long time. So I'm going to use this one, and it's called, and this is the shade Chestnut. We're going to set that, and I'm going to use a Too Faced Born This Way ethereal powder. This powder is really matte. It can be slightly on the drying side, but it stays really matte. You can also use the one by Huda as well if you don't have this one. If you have the Huda one, they're both pretty good. They both stay pretty matte. So this powder particularly is actually really close to my skin tone. This is the shade medium, I think. Is it medium? Yeah, translucent medium. It's pretty close to my skin tone. So I'm gonna add a little bit of the Beauty Bakery flour powder, just a little bit on top, just to brighten up that area. Next, I'm gonna contour. I'm using the ColourPop concealer. This is the old numbers. This is Rich 75. This is supposed to be the darkest one. Also my forehead. And then to set my entire face, I'm going to use the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark Deep. So that's pretty much my base. I'm going to apply some blush, and this is the blush by MAC. This is Raisin. I'm going to take my highlighter with Black Up, and I'm going to use this gold shade and the top one to apply to the high points of my cheeks. And then also the top right as my nose highlight. Okay, so I really suspect that the camera stops recording. Like, I don't even know where. I'm hoping it got the entire tutorial, but I just applied my lip products. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Maud. It's kind of like a terracotta brown. It looks like that on the outer corner, and then on the inner corner I used a Kat Von D liquid lipstick, and I don't even know what the shade is called because it's rubbed off, but it's more like a mauvey, like a dark mauvey pink. But I put that in the center of my lids, and then as a gloss I just found this random lip gloss. It's like a corally pink lip gloss from Miss Sporty. Just gives a nice gloss to the lips, and that's pretty much this finished look. So I really hope you liked this video. I hope it made sense. Honestly, this is pretty much what I do on a regular basis. However, in the winter time I don't do the powder before foundation technique because I don't want to look extra matte in the winter time, because obviously it's very cold, it's very like dry and everything. But in summertime I have to make sure my face is matte for the most part, and just so that it can last a lot longer in the day. But yeah, it's a shame I'm not really going anywhere, so yeah, I have to take this entire face off. But I hope it was helpful. If you do want me to do a drugstore version of this tutorial, let me know and I will get that straight up for you. I'll probably do it anyway, but let me know. Thumbs up this video if you like videos like this. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.